of them together. That's the best way to. That'll be the best way to describe them.
Yeah, I'm from Germany. I just saw the episode. And I was like, that must be a shtick, right? That can't be
No,
the
no,
authentic. Oh,
no. He
Welcome to
tries
the
keep
Hot
them
Mess
together. That's the
Open
best.
Mic, where Germans come to invade. I started streaming and now we're on YouTube and I hear the voices echoing. Now I know I have a German with me today. We're on the Hot Mess Open Mic. We're just hanging out and there's a German. He's dimly lit. And here's a guy in a hat shop. He's better lit. I got a hat and you don't have a hat. He took off his glasses. His name is Marv. His name is Marvson. I'm Bon Traeger. This is the Hot Mess Open Mic. So yeah, we did it. Dawn apparently killed her friend's father, so she has to console them. A lot of fathers dying around. Marv had a father die underneath him. He doesn't care about them. Is that are they underneath you? Yeah, they're underneath
they are
you.
legitimately currently like in the process of burying the guy. Like there's
I'm in the process of killing mine because I need the inheritance money.
dude, there's a
Tom,
whole house.
cool it. I'm talking to my friend Marv over here now. Cool it.
Right,
You have a
Myers?
set.
God damn it.
We pressed record. Cool it. We're out of the digital green room and now we're on the digital stage. And if you digital say something again, I'll have to assume that's a digital heckle. I'm sorry. I had to protect you from that predator, Marv.
No,
I'm so sorry.
Thank you,
I'm
dude.
very
Thank
sorry.
you.
Anyways, so about you hating that a man died below you.
Dude, there's literally a house full of grieving people.
How angry are you that he died? How angry?
I'm not angry at all. I'm actually kind of hyped.
Oh, I thought you were pissed because of all the inconvenience, like all the noise.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a bit annoying.
And just like the weeping, and then they're like, "Do you want to come down?" And you're like, "But it's shitty food. Like you're not even drinking, right? They're not drinking, or you don't drink, so you don't even care."
They drink. They are Polish.
He's one of these Germans that doesn't drink. So everyone can make fun of him for that. He's a German who doesn't drink. This is Marvson. It's Martinez. He's in Germany. And if you ever seen the movie The Jerk, that's basically his life. He was raised Dominican.
You shithead.
He thought he was, you know what, ketamine boy?
That's it, dude.
Marvson was raised by Dominicans. He thought he was Dominican for the first 10 years of his life. And then he found out that he's the whitest German that can ever German a German.
Hey, dude,
Right?
13. The age I found out I was white. Weird time.
The movie The Jerk is fucking hilarious. You gotta
But dude,
watch
it's
it.
seriously a house of grieving people right underneath me. It's the same loud it's as loud as it usually is, just without him yelling at people and trying to punch his wife. So I'm pretty good.
I really thought you would look so much more Eastern European, Marvson.
Okay,
Wow.
there we go. I said it before. I said it. I'll say it again. He heckled. That was the digital heckle. Ketamine boy, keep in your pants. Keep in your pants, ketamine boy. We'll get you up at the end. Stephen Wolf from New York, who recently got addicted to ketamine. We'll get you up. We'll get you up.
The best. Him just slowly driving into this fucking addictedness to ketamine. It's just every time we hear him now, it's guys, I'm so high on ketamine. For weeks. It's great.
Yeah. So we got the Marvs in here. Abigail is she's just chillaxing. I'm not gonna say what she's doing. She's just hanging out. She's doing her own thing. She what was it? She got tricked by a slumlord, I think. Was the long story short. She got tricked by a slumlord, and so she has to deal with figuring out who actually owns the apartment she is staying in. You know, typical New York stuff.
We covered it.
Typical New York stuff. But yeah, we got a couple of comedians on here. I guess I'll give everyone extra time. Let's do a nice. What do we want to give people here today, Marv? What do you think? I usually do a 5. We usually have a packed room. No ketamine.
Yeah, right. Be quiet already, Wolf. What the hell?
Oh my God. This isn't our German Discord. You can't just yell out racial slurs like you want, okay? You got to be prim and proper over here. We're actually on YouTube this time.
We're trying to be somebody.
You asked for it. You got it. You did it. You got it. You got it. You got to mute it again. You did it. You asked for it.
Here's how I feel. I feel we give them 6 minutes. I feel like 6 is a nice number.
Yeah. All right. It's a nice number. Boo doo 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 doo. Anything else you want to like? You want to like any rules you want to impose? You're a co-host.
Oh
You can,
right, yeah.
like, kind of
Totally, dude. So
like more dick jokes, less dick jokes, like only
No.
dick jokes.
no, I feel like dick jokes is the amount of dick jokes is very appropriate in here so far. I mean, we've got Tom Myers for that, so there's gonna be a whole lot of dick jokes in here. No rules. Everything goes. We're on YouTube, so keep it non-nude.
Oh wait, we can't be nude on YouTube anymore.
No, it's not allowed.
Not even like man nip.
Nope. I actually
Okay.
don't know. Let's find out. Show
Alright.
it. Pull it out.
I see what you did there.
Right.
Our first comic coming in. She needs dating advice. Don't take our advice. We're obviously horrible people. We got Amira coming in. Come on down to the Hotness Open Mic.
Cool. Thank you guys so much. How is everyone?
Fine.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I had a date with this vegan boxer. I don't know. He canceled though. But he canceled through my sister, and I was like, that's okay. He's like wearing these pink sneakers anyway. I don't know, just to match his personality, you know, being a little bitch. I didn't really like him because like I don't know. He was always telling me what to do, like uppercut, jump rope, don't eat cheesecake. So annoying. I don't know. So I like this other guy. It was like for 4 months I liked him and he liked me, but he told me he didn't like me. And then so I was just confused the whole time. And now we finally told each other we like each other. And now he's like, no, you have to like have a career or a job. And that's my what's it called? You know, deal breaker. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, so we cool? I'm like, yeah, we're cool as ice. That's how you want friendship. And I don't know. This is just me ranting because I hate him now. But I'm gonna pretend I'm cool like women do. All right. So I'm having a hard time finding a Muslim guy. And so I realized I could just trick a guy. Because like we're required to pray 5 times a day as Muslims. So I could just say, hey, so this is a new kind of yoga. So every time you're supposed to read a chapter from the Quran, it's just a new mantra. And then like you do child's pose and, you know, like prayer pose, and you're facing towards Mecca, but not prayer at all. So I was looking through all my playlists on Spotify and I thought I had like, you know, different playlists. That's the whole point, right? Like, but it turns out they're all just sad playlists. Even like the workout songs are just upbeat, sad songs. And then my sister's like, oh, you have one that's not sad. And I'm like, nope, that's a commercial. I'm loving it. That's a great song. So my mom wanted a haircut, and I actually went to beauty school and know how to cut hair, but my dad told her not to ask me because I worry too much about messing up. So he's like, ask Yasmin, your other daughter. She doesn't give a shit. So she's like a 50-year-old with a bowl cut. Yeah, I've heard you're supposed to put yourself out there so you can find someone. I expect the same results, but keeping myself in there. It's really scary out there, especially with all the COVID and shit. Okay. So my sister said she's scared of needles and getting like pricked and stuff. I was like, wow, that's really weird about like your fear of being poked by something small because you've been dating Mike for 3 years. Okay. So, all right, I think, so I was asking my sister, do you do this thing? Cause we're like really hairy as Arabs. So instead of like, he loves me not with flowers, we do this thing with eyebrows. You would try to pluck. Nobody's gonna love you. Like now you have no eyebrows.
Oh, God.
So I'm just gonna talk about my dad now, because I mentioned not loving me. So my dad's diabetic, and I used to be really concerned about him because he keeps eating sugar. But then he got on my nerves. So I was like, do you want another piece of cake?
Hey.
I take really good care of him. I get him life insurance and extra cake for his birthday.
Hell yeah.
I live with my dad, and the other day he had an allergic reaction. And like a great daughter, I texted him, "You alive?" So my dad's the type of guy that likes to watch children's movies. One of his favorites is Aladdin, but he pronounces it Aladdin because we're Arab. So he gets really into it. He'll make popcorn. He'll pause it if he has to use the bathroom. Won't pause any other kind of movie. He has this little drum and he'll sing along. Be like, I can show you the world. I'm like, hey, Dad, can I talk to you? I feel a little lonely. No, go away, whore. And throws a drum at me.
Damn.
Some foreigners have problems pronouncing some words, but my dad has no problem calling me a whore. After like 35 years being in this country, he still can't say appliance. He says appliance or whatever. I don't know. I think he wants Princess Jasmine to be his like secret daughter because he named my sister after her. And she's not even that modest. She like wears a bikini top at dinner. She married Aladdin after an hour and 31 minutes. And she let Aladdin ride her carpet on the second date. Another one of his favorites is Annie. He'd be like, tomorrow, I love you. It's only a day away. Hey, Dad, can I talk to you? I feel a bit suicidal. He's like, no, go away, slut. I guess they're both here tomorrow. Talking about depression, I hit a new low. I got rejected by a depression study. They said I was overqualified.
Oh.
And end on this joke. So I used to be suicidal, and I was like, oh, you know what? I shouldn't commit suicide. I should just take out the list I made when I was 7 and kill the people that made me this way. I'm assuming Thomas is not laughing because his camera's off. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for coming up here to the Hot Mess Open Mic.
Dude, I love that she took a German. I love that she's taken a German approach to this. No, you know what? I'm just gonna kill everything that makes me sad. I like that.
What's your favorite death scene in a Disney movie?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, but Bambi's mom dying. It's the best.
Oh yeah, it just starts the movie off so good. It's just like,
right?
Oh, let's just kill a parent, and like this just the father's like, you went to the store for smokes.
It makes you feel inside you like you just listened to one of Amira's playlists. It's awesome.
Isn't the whole plot to Bambi? It's like then he's like looking for his dad, right? And then the dad just like, oh, who are you? Right? Isn't that how it ends? He's like, oh, what? Or is the dad get burned in the fire? I think I forget if the dad, because there's like a forest fire at the end. It's all like Smokey the Bear message, and then it's all like then the dad's like, oh, I was here all along, and then he died in the fire, and then Bambi's all like, what?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I always come right after the mom dies. Speaking of coming,
so you don't
your next comic.
Yeah.
Your next comic loves yogurt humor.
Yeah.
Right. I thought, let me just jump in here. Have a little bit of
do that. Yeah.
Have a little bit of jumping, right? So this next guy, he's the only one with any credits whatsoever. I'm assuming on this entire mic. I'm guessing, right? He's done Real Ass Podcast. He's done other things. That's the only reason I know and love him. This is Tom Myers. Hell yeah.
Tom Myers.
Thank you so much, Marv. Listen, killing people who upset you is no longer a German thing. Okay, it is clearly an American thing. All right, we've clearly gone back to normal, because I think the first weekend that lockdowns were lifted, we had, I think, 9 mass shooting incidents in one weekend. All right, one of them was at a birthday party as well, which, I mean, the idea of the idea of shooting someone at a birthday party, I think, is a great idea, because everybody hates the idea of getting older anyway. But so I'm actually looking forward to the lockdowns being lifted, because that means I can go out again. I can do some of my favorite hobbies. One of my favorite hobbies is telling blind people that I'm only 3 feet tall. That way, when they go feel for what they think is my face, they're actually giving me a hand job. And Marv just checked himself out after that one. I'm like, all right, I'm a huge fan of his. I do my first joke at Tanks, and Marv's like, all right, fuck this. I feel ripped off. Yeah, I cannot believe I signed up to co-host this shit. Oh, there he
Right?
is. Okay, there we are. All right. Sorry, I was cleaning out. Was cleaning the lint out of my navel. That's what I was doing, Tom. I swear. All right. But went a lot of interesting rabbit holes during quarantine. I looked up my family history. To do that, I used Ancestry.com. And I love Ancestry.com because in addition to your family history, if you send in your DNA sample, they'll give you a health screening as well, which is great because they'll send you a letter back that says, we looked at your DNA sample, and on your father's side of the family, you are distantly related to Mary Queen of Scots. And on your mother's side of the family, you have ball cancer. I watched a lot of documentaries while under quarantine. I watched a documentary about this one species of octopus where the male, when he sees a female octopus that he likes, he'll rip his penis off and throw it at her. I'm like, wow, that's like sending a dick pic in 3D. Way to go, octopus, man. But I've been doing a lot of Zoom comedy lately. And I find I like it better than performing live, like in-person shows. Because with in-person shows, there's always the chance that I'll upset someone. They'll get offended. You know, they want to come up afterwards and fight me, you know, kick my ass. Occupational hazard in my case.
Mm.
But with Zoom shows, if I upset someone, they have to try and find out where I live. But even if they do, there's a very good chance they'll get taken out by a Maryland driver. One of the big risks with Zoom comedy is that like every once in a while you'll get feedback, like someone will be replaying a video loop and you'll hear yourself again. And it distracts me whenever people do that. It throws me off. And I used to get really upset and I used to go absolutely ape shit whenever people would do that. But I don't anymore. I find a great way to deal with it. Now, whenever I hear someone giving the little feedback loop, I just wish that their entire family gets AIDS. Not them, mind you, just their family. Like, I want to see them suffer, but I want them to go through extended agony as well. So I'm not totally heartless. So I just got back from doing a roast battle up in New York recently. To do that, I took my favorite means of transportation. I took Amtrak. I'm a huge fan of the quiet car on Amtrak because the bad part is I'll inevitably sit next to someone who would look better as a burn victim. But the good news is I don't have to talk to them and they don't talk to me. That is the beauty of the Amtrak quiet car. Amtrak does this weird thing, though. When you come to your stop, they say, we know you had a lot of options. We thank you for choosing Amtrak for your rail travel. Like, I didn't know there were any other options.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jim's rail service? Like, was that something I could have gone? Like Hank's train trips and fireworks emporium? Like, was that another option? No, there are no other options. Amtrak is the only option. Of course, I like Amtrak because unlike Megabus, when they say they have Wi-Fi, they actually have Wi-Fi. Yeah, you ever try and get Wi-Fi on a Megabus? You go up and ask the driver, and the driver's like, we only have Wi-Fi in the office. Now go sit your skinny ass down. The fucking bus is moving. Like, that's a bit harsh. Of course, the Megabus is a lot better than the Chinatown bus, in my opinion. Like a lot of people criticize the drivers of the Chinatown bus, but I don't know. I kind of like the idea of going from Baltimore to New York in 35 minutes. And you have not lived until you've been on a bus that's done cartwheels. I'm known for doing sort of dark humor. I mean, it kind of upsets people, offends them. So I want to go ahead and leave you on a very positive note, a note of hope. And that is that my grandparents were married in 1943 and they're still together because my family loves them so much and not quite ready to bury their corpses yet. Just a joke, obviously. I haven't told anybody they're dead yet because I'm still hooked on their meds. And that's my time. Thank you.
Thanks for coming to my to the hot mess. To the hot mess. To the hot mess.
Damn, do that again. Do that again. Do that first mess again. That was hot. Do it again.
Welcome to the hot mess.
Damn, that guy's got a voice on him, dude. Holy shit.
Tom, I
Yeah,
don't know
man.
what to tell you, but you've been performing with your back to the audience this whole time.
Well, no, they see the
Is that
shock
like
looks
a-
on their faces. That's them getting ready to chase me. That's why I'm facing the opposite direction.
Oh.
it looks like they're just pale representations of people who have been long dead, and you've kind of like over photoshopped them to kind of bring it up into a modern era. And it's become kind of a nightmarish visage at this point.
It fits my act well, is what you're saying.
No,
Nightmarish visage.
no.
Such a good word. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go. Google.
I'm just saying. I'm saying you should go for some real human connection, and just put a hamburger back there or something. Just kind of like ease people into it. Like
I'll
just
Photoshop
go
the
for-
Hamburglar. How about that?
Just go for food. Just skip Photoshop. Just put a nice picture of like just a seagull stealing a kid's hamburger or something. Just like a German in World War II, just putting his boots on, and then there's like a gas mask next to him on the bench or something.
I can pose for you if you need me to.
Oh.
I do have a gas mask.
Slide into my DMs, brother.
What about you,
Thanks
dude?
for
You already
coming.
know. I've already written you.
Tom and Myers. Thanks for coming, Myers.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
What, Marvin, do you have a question
Yeah.
for me? Hungry Hugo, do you have a question for me, sir?
I do have a question for you.
Oh,
That
no.
burger that he's gonna have in his background soon.
Uh-huh.
Does it have ranch on it or not?
Mhm.
Or is
It'll
next
be
to
dipped. It'll be dipped in ranch to give that kind of like trajectory of like the globby white stuff behind it. So it'll be like,
Perfect. Perfect. Just
and then
pure
like
freedom.
then the seagull's like going in like, poo, because like the kid's throwing it over his shoulder like as good luck. Like dip one in ranch, throw it over your shoulder for good luck, and then you dip another one in ranch and nacho whiz, and then you eat the second one. The first
Huh.
one's just for good luck.
I'll still run
Which
away
one's a
from it because I hate
distraction?
ranch.
You hate ranch?
I do not like ranch.
Oh.
Well, I think I just got banned from the hot mess for saying I don't like ranch. God damn it!
No, but from now on, he's gonna introduce you as an international comic.
Yeah.
I'm no longer
yeah.
gonna call you American.
Because I've specifically talked with Marv here about our German comedy tour and how I'm gonna have to import ranch to fill in my to put in my awesome super soakers. Because if you're gonna go to Germany and I'm gonna be the American, then like I'm gonna have to American it up. So I'm just gonna before I come out. No, when I come out, I'm gonna be like, I'm Bon Traeger, and then I'm gonna super soak the front row with ranch. It's gonna be like a Gallagher thing.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
told you.
be-
Just
yeah.
do that, but dress like Tony Hinchcliffe would, and you're good.
Yeah. I'll do it. I don't know who that is, but I'll do it.
In Holland, Cool Ranch Doritos aren't called Cool Ranch; they're
Is he
called
doing
Cool
it again?
American
God damn
Doritos.
it, ketamine.
You let me
Right.
finish my
You know
statement, but it's
who's
okay.
not addicted to
don't-
ketamine? Marv, you probably know our next comic. You've seen our next comic around, right? You've seen him before.
Oh
right?
yeah,
You've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
him-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him
Where
on
have
like
you
a
seen
whole
him?
bunch of FBI most wanted lists. Dude,
Oh yeah.
I want like a sped up version of your mic the entire time. I swear to God, you stood in the same place the entire. It was great. I mean, you moved for the set. Obviously, you're no longer in the same room you were in before. But like, holy shit, that's
Hey,
awesome. You
yeah,
have no body
Turn
movement.
some lights on. He's got to like, he's like, because he feels comfortable next to the decomposing bodies, but he wants the lighting is better next to the wash station.
Yeah.
or-
Also,
right?
there's
Is
no
that what it
flies
is?
in that room.
All right. Really put some stink on our next comic. Do it. Go, Marv.
All right.
Show these Americans how you introduce someone. Do it.
I guess the next guy's Curtis. What up, Curtis? Bring it to us.
I can't think of-
Everybody.
I can't think of a better intro than that, honestly. I'm going to scoot this a little bit down. This microphone is just for show, by the way. It's not plugged into anything.
Hell yeah.
But my name is Curtis. I'm new to this open mic. I was nervous about doing it, but I did what I've been doing for the past week when I get nervous about doing comedy. I watch Donald Trump Jr. at the CPAC and remind myself that no one can possibly bomb as hard as that. Give me motivation. Now, a lot of comics, when I was starting out, I was studying a lot of comics, and a lot of them like to talk about their heritage and call me a hipster of heritage, but I didn't want to do that. I did not want to fall in to comic cliches. I am my own comic. I can do whatever I want. So I'm Swedish. Comedy's hard, okay? I needed a place to start. So I'm Swedish, and I don't know shit about Sweden. There's meatballs, fish, I guess, but ABBA. Sweden did give us ABBA, and I think that's a pretty good Sweden flex. And listen, if you don't like disco at least a little bit at this point, the problem is you, okay? The disco backlash was relatively anti-gay and anti-black in the first place. So learn to shake your asses a little more, you racist homophobes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, thank you. I shake my ass every day. But I think the reason I don't know that much about Sweden is because I was kind of deterred from Sweden at a very young age. When I was in first grade, we had a heritage day at my school, and my mom, who also did not know shit about Sweden, dressed me up in full ski gear and sent me to school in late May in southeastern Virginia, right near the beach. So after that sweatbox from hell of a day, I decided I was done with Sweden. And I have decided not to look into Sweden. But I am also, and this is the reason I'm doing this whole thing, at this particular mic, I am also German. I have an incredibly German last name, and my blonde hair and my incredibly German last name led to me being called a Nazi when I was in high school. And that was, I actually took that really hard. Like I was not a fan, but it's okay, because a lot of those people that called me that actually grew up to be Nazis themselves. Trump supporters, but you know, if the armband fits. And I know that, and Tom, you alluded to it, like Nazis may have started, like Germany may have started it, but we can all agree that Nazis are an American thing now.
Oh yeah.
But
Yep.
But Marv, I swear, Germany is trolling the rest of the world with its language. Like I hear the German language and compared to a lot of the other languages that are in Europe, and I'm just like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, how did that language become a thing? Like, I swear it's not a real language. I swear that like Germany all came together and just decided, okay, when people are not German and they're around us, we're going to use this ridiculous sounding language. But when it's just Germans, it's this really nice, elegant, flowy language, like Portuguese or Italian or just something, you know, eu quero pernege oh, si, and then a non-German comes in, like phlegm porn in the mouth. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. But besides German, I am also Irish, but I am not one of those like, kiss me, I'm Irish, Dennis Leary, my only personality trait is that I'm Irish kind of people. I'm also not a, we were just as oppressed as blacks kind of Irish. I'm not a weaponize my heritage for racism purposes. I'm more of like a, okay, yeah, I'm Irish. Yeah, green, potatoes, pale skin. I need sunscreen to sit next to a window. Yeah. But yes, put all those together and I am very, very white and very, very pale. And to the point where when I was little, my parents had a fun nickname for me. You know how parents would be like, oh, sweetie, pumpkin, honey, Johnny, if your name's Jonathan, I guess. My nickname, Casper.
Ayo.
At an early age, they were just like, you are going to be in a perpetual war with the sun. Get used to it. Your self-esteem is not for everyone. But throughout my life, I've tried all the different SPFs in my ever impending war with the sun, and I finally found the perfect sunscreen for me. Clothes. But it sucks because I love going to the beach, and no one would ever think that when they would see me on the beach. Like I'd take my shirt off and boom, Michael the fucking Archangel onto everybody, just shimmering like Edward Cullen. And I have these tan lines, like perpetual farmer's tan going on. So like if I took my shirt off, someone could look at me and be like, look at that guy wearing a shirt of a hairy chest on the beach. Wait, that's him. Let's take a photo, make this shit go viral. I'm terrified of that happening. I'm actually scared of that happening. Like someone's gonna take a shirtless photo of me on the beach. It's gonna go viral, and that's gonna be my identifier from now on. And like, oh my God. I don't think it should be called a farmer's tan, honestly. I feel like that's an outdated term. I feel like it should be called a sleeve tan or a regular person tan. Because like, I'm sorry that I'm not spending my free time walking outside and laying down, daring the sun to give me melanoma, okay? I like to be happy in my free time, all right? Leave Casper to do his haunting. Leave me alone. And that's all I got for y'all. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for coming,
welcome.
to the hotness. Oh,
First of all, I got like 2 pointers for this kid. First of all, I'm gonna need your last name. First of all, I think that me reading it out loud is gonna make Bontrager laugh. And also, I need you to be blocked out of Germany. You can't give away our secrets. What the hell? They'll tell a different language when they're around.
I typed it into the chat.
Ooh,
I want to hear
wow.
Your nicknames would have made
Marv,
me
say
jealous.
Hey, Marv, say
I
that last
Berger.
name.
Like it when you say
Your nicknames would have made me jealous, dude.
really.
Like at least they took a bit of interest in you. They were like, oh, there's German in him. All right, we'll call him a Nazi. Oh, he's very white. Let's call him Casper. That's funny. That's creative. They called me Jeremy for the first 13 years of my life because I was the only white person around.
Casper.
God
the
damn.
Curtis,
Yes, Bernie
are you a big fan of was it Moana or is that someone else?
No, yeah,
You're-
yeah. I'm a Disney nerd and a sea nerd, pirate nerd. You can see.
What is the big selling point of Moana? What really fucking sold it for you?
I'm not sure. I mean, watching The Rock,
watching the movie,
listening to
you're
The Rock
like-
sing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
something, I guess. But nah, I think it's. I don't know. I liked
Like
that
Awaken.
they had. I like that they had like the strong female lead who didn't have the male interest kind of thing. It was different. I love the sea, like I said. Love going to the beach. So
I was watching this movie last night, and this one moment really fucking sold it for me. It was all like, dude, family is a construct, and they're only family if they actually help you out. And then those two realized that their families were trash, and then they made out. It was like a lesbian scene at the end. It's a fucking killer movie. I don't want to tell you what it was, but like I'll tell you, it was a fucking good ass movie. Mira left on that one.
we just spoiled it.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming, Curtis. Come anytime. We're gonna keep doing this because apparently we're gonna go back into lockdown. So I assume we're gonna get
Oh,
way
yeah.
more people.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man.
But I live in Florida, so every lung
Oh,
for
yeah.
itself here, I guess.
Oh boy. Good luck. Sharpen your chainsaws, sir.
I do every week.
Oh boy. Hey Marv, it's you. I went on the Moana
me.
riff, and
Oh,
I just got like, oh Jesus, holy
Man,
fuck,
yeah, you
that
need
was
you need a
awesome.
sip of water now. That
I
tired
need a
you
sip
out, huh?
of dehydrating coffee.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Ocean
important.
water.
Oh man, this next person, I think he's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a banger, dude. I think it's gonna be awesome. I don't know.
More details of why he's cool.
children that are basically 12. He's got a sick ass. His beard is thicker than mine, so I have to respect him. That's like a rule on the beard wearing men.
How thick is it?
Oh, dude, it's thick. It kind of reminds me of Nicki Minaj's, but just as a
Ooh.
beard. Pretty thick.
Oh, nice.
Pretty thick.
Yeah.
All right, man. No, it's Greg. Gregory Matthews.
Gregory
Get
Matthews,
your
thanks
ass
for
up
coming
here,
to the
doggy.
Honest Open Mic.
All
What
right.
happens when there's no female energy in the room? Beep, 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 beep.
Sorry.
I'm so glad Amira's not here for this. This is so bad. I don't know why I've decided to do this, but I've decided this is the thing I want to work on for the next couple of weeks, and well, you'll see why I'm glad Amira's gone. But we'll see how this goes. I think Bontrager knows what's coming. Yeah. So everyone believes in things that aren't true. Like kids have the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Santa Claus, and all these things bring kids joy. And adults do this too. Adults have things like astrology and chiropractic and God. And these things give people hope in a chaotic world. Now, I don't believe in any of these things because I'm a reasonable adult, but I still believe in things that don't exist because I need joy and hope in my life too. I'm only human. And for me, I get my hope and joy from the Trump pee-pee tape. The Trump pee-pee tape for me is like Santa and God rolled into one. I wake up every morning like it's Christmas, checking the news about it. And every night before I go to bed, I think about the pee-pee tape and I appeal directly to it to be released. This is my source of joy and hope. If Republicans get to believe that there's a pedophile ring being run out of the basement of a pizza shop, then I get to believe the pee-pee tape exists. I need this. Just let me have this. There's not much going on in my life. If some people get to believe they're going to have a business success because Mars is in the house of Venus, then I get to believe there's a video of the former president watching prostitutes pee on each other. I need this. If I got to choose between aliens being real or the pee-pee tape being real, I would 100% pick the pee-pee tape. If either of these things turned out to be real, it would be the craziest news story of our entire lives. You would always remember where you were when you heard that aliens or the pee-pee tape was real. If either of these things turned out to be real, can you imagine how much this would unite people? Everyone would be talking about it. It would be the only thing people could talk about, either of these things. But if aliens are real, we'll have to rethink our place in the universe and what it means for life. And we totally have to change everything we've ever thought about who we are as humans. On the other hand, if the pee-pee tape turns out to be real, nothing in our life changes at all, but I will be constantly filled with joy because there's a video of a guy who used to control the world's largest arsenal of nuclear weapons watching some young Russian ladies pee on each other. Thank you, pee-pee tape Santa.
Oh, yeah.
When is this guy going to stop talking about the pee-pee tape? I hope he stops soon. And some people are, oh, you want him to keep going? All right, that's all I have to say about the pee-pee tape. That's pee-pee tape. But there's more. Let's talk about Trough-Man. Does anyone here know who Trough-Man is? Can we get some round of applause? Can you clap if you know who Trough-Man is? Does anyone know who this is? Okay, well I'm here to tell you who Trough-Man is. For those of you who don't know, Trough-Man is a guy who is famous for going to gay clubs from the 70s through the 2000s and just laying down in the trough in the bathroom, which you might call a urinal, and getting peed on. Or in the biz, it's called water sports. Now you're probably thinking, well, he's got to be famous for something else, and then he got involved in water sports. Nope. He's famous for getting peed on. This guy has a Wikipedia page. Do you know how many times you have to get peed on to be famous for getting peed on? The answer, by the way, is several times a week for 3 decades. And this guy is famous enough that someone made a short documentary about him. Here's how it starts. A woman comes into frame and she explains what water sports are. And then there's a short clip of Trough-Man and the screen fades to black. The title comes on the screen, Trough-Man, and the music starts to fade in and it's Chumbawamba. Pissing the night away. Pissing the night away. That's real. Move over, Michael Moore. Give this person all the documentary awards. I just have to clap for this documentary and just absolutely, it's the best documentary I've ever seen. Just that 2 minutes of intro, just amazing. Now, one question you might have is, how could you communicate discreetly to someone if you wanted to participate in water sports? Remember, this is the 80s. There's no app for this. You can't just sign up to water sports app on Google Play and be like, hey, I want to get in the trough, right? That didn't exist. If you were into water sports back then, what you would do is you would wear a yellow bandana in your back pocket. On the left means you want to get peed on, and on the right means you want to pee on someone. And there's a whole color system. Blue for anal, red for fisting, gray for bondage. On the left for receiving, and on the right for giving. Now, an orange bandana in the left pocket means anything goes at any time. Anything at any time. And an orange bandana in the right pocket means nothing. It means you want nothing. This seems like a flaw in the system to me. You wouldn't design a control panel at a military headquarters with 2 unlabeled orange buttons next to each other, where one sets off all of the world's nukes and the other one just does nothing. Putting an orange bandana in the wrong pocket seems like a pretty small mistake to make between a relaxing night at the club and someone attacking you. I'm going to start this one over again. putting an orange bandana in the wrong pocket seems like a pretty small mistake to make between the difference between a relaxing night at the club and someone attacking your nipples with jumper cables. So in closing, I hope PP Santa brings me what I want for PP Christmas. And remember to be careful out there with your orange bandanas. Follow me on MySpace. I'm Greg Matthews. That's my urine material.
Gregory Matthews, it was worth the slowdown. Enunciating your words do help get your point across. You baby newbie comic, you cute little
I'm adorable.
does improv and now does stand up too, little baby comic.
dude.
Thanks for coming.
Dude, as a European, I appreciate the amount of time you spend on urine. Thank you for that.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite encounter with urine, Marv?
My favorite encounter with urine? My absolutely favorite one?
Yeah.
This one time
Or
a friend
second?
of
How
ours.
about? Okay.
Oh, okay. This one time a friend of ours,
Okay.
really had to pee while he was outside. And he went to this, like, bush, as people would do, right? You just run up to a bush, you whip out your dick, you start peeing.
Yeah.
Now, unbeknownst to this guy, behind that was like a horse kind of thing going on, like people playing with horses, I guess. I don't know what exactly they were doing. All I know is that 2 minutes later we had to call an ambulance because he got kicked in the dick by a horse, and that's pretty dope.
My favorite encounter with urine was everybody was tripping on mushrooms. We were in the park, and then we saw a cop roll through. So we're like, oh fuck, everyone hide. So we're all doing like that horror movie thing where we hide. And then I'm like, everybody turn off your phones. And so we're all hiding behind trees like cartoon characters. And then my friend's he's making weird head sayings he's like, I gotta pee. So he takes off his Taco Bell hat, and then he pees into his hat to silence his pee, and it actually worked. So there was some good on the move so we called him Taco Bales ever since after that, because his last name was Bales. So
Man,
fucking
in that
Taco
story that
Bells,
you just
dude.
told, it was like a 20-second clip that I just want clipped to just upload and be like, look, this guy's obviously crazy. He's just went all over it. Speaking of getting angry, being all over the place, this next guy loses his shit when you separate from him in Fortnite, dude.
Dude,
Holy
I have
fuck.
to tell you what. There was this one time where we were in a championship. It was the pre-qualifiers for the championship.
Wait. Don't forget to mention. It was
I'm mentioning it. It was
okay.
to help the kids in MLK High School, because we were in a battle against JFK High School, and if we won, then we all the orphans would be saved. But if we lose, fucking what would happen to those orphans? You know what I mean? I don't even.
Yeah, we had to sell them to Epstein.
Yeah. So then we went into this feminist bookstore, and we're talking to each other like, fuck, dude, we need someone with like soft bookstore lips to help us defeat these people. So we turn around and look at the cash register at this feminist bookstore, and we see these soft library lips of Stephen Wolf, and we're like, all right, we got to get in here. We got to do this. Bye, Curtis. Thanks for coming, Curtis. But and so then we got him in there, but he's always freaking out about formations. He's like, take this seriously. The kids at MLK High School really need us, and
Do you think that in his mind it's a little? It's like he's the main character from the TV show You, and we just walked into his library store and he just saw us and had this weird inner monologue, and 2 minutes later he was jacking off in front of our apartment.
Dude. His episode of that origin story started I wake up and I eat my bowl of pre-soaked steel cut grains. Steel cut oats.
I thought it started like
Pre-soaked.
that. I thought it started like the origin story from the villain from Phineas and Ferb. It was my birth. My parents weren't there because they didn't care. But okay. Come up to the stage, Stephen Wolf. Give us your side of the story.
Hey,
Steve Wolf,
guys.
longest intro in the world. Thanks for coming to the house.
No, that was fun. You gave me stuff to work with. You know, nothing really makes your big fat library lips more apparent than when you're doing some fucking drugs and they become like these like numb ass like stroke lips. You know, like I'm basically really. If you met me 10 years later, Bontrager, you would be calling me like, and we've got stroke lips coming onto the stage. Like that'll be it so fucking soon. Like I can feel myself losing feeling in my fucking like my fucking everyone in my family has these big fucking disgusting Bella Hadid like stroke lips, you know. It's not a good look, but you guys are very nice about my face and inviting about my face, so I appreciate it. So this is hard. You guys, so are any of you guys from New York here? Are we all like, no one's from New York? Okay, let me take a moment to like bitch about fucking the comedy scene here for a moment, because I just like can't fucking do it at all. It's just pretty much just like Boston accent guys and like Fran Drescher's taking over the world. It's the most obnoxious thing in the world. Like I was always like, what's the deal with genocide? You know, why would you do that? Why would anyone genocide anyone really? But now I'm like, I think we could afford to genocide the Boston accent people. I'm
not legally allowed to laugh at that.
You don't need to talk like that. You know, like have you ever met a Boston accent person? The one who really goes into it and says, runs the gamut from like, pack the car, and it's just the most disgusting thing. But they grew up watching fucking television, and yet they speak like pieces of shit, and they insist upon it. And I try to go pretty much everywhere to just escape this fucking Boston accent guy, and he's fucking everywhere. Pretty much every aspect, every cool thing that I might want to do in my life. Let's think about it. Talking to girls at a bar, an adult dodgeball league, stand-up comedy. It's just taken over by the same Boston accent piece of shit. It's like that same fucking guy is there, just like the worst, most obnoxious, loudest, most vocal personality in any given scenario, just ruins it for fucking everyone. We're like, yes, you have the ability to endlessly show up, but can you just shut up? Okay, so sorry about that. I used to think women didn't like having the doors held open for them, but then I discovered recently that they actually just don't like it when you look them in the eye and say, "This way, madame." Jokey joke. Thank you. Yeah, it's tough because you guys got what's your grandparent situation like? How many grandparents you got left? Let's hold up some fingers, everyone. Give me some fingers.
Sure. Probably
you don't know?
zero to one, maybe.
You have one, maybe?
Legit
Maybe
died.
because I don't talk to the dad side. So, but I know the mom side's dead.
Okay, so you have some unconfirmed living one. Yeah, that's the same with me. It's like I got one left, and it's obviously it's never your top choice. It's always the one kept alive by anger and hate and anti-Semitism. So it's bad news. I was at a comedy show recently, and it was really fucking bad. One of those things where you go to the bar show, you're like, oh, let's fucking get involved. Everyone on stage fucking sucks, and you're like, oh, okay, how can this be so fucking hard to get into? And this girl was talking about how she has not had sex for 4 years. She hasn't had sex with a guy for 4 years, and everyone was like, and no one fucking liked any of these bits because again, it's clear that she's been fucking doing this bit for 4 fucking years too, and but I went on and I was just like, you know what, like I'm seriously not surprised because fucking look at us. Like a woman used to sleep with a man because he could offer her something like fucking fire. Like, what do we have that's the equivalent of that? Like, if you fucking didn't have fire and you saw a guy with fire, you'd be like, I will have sex with that guy for fire. But now, why would any woman have sex with anyone if they can just buy fire at the corner store? You know, it's as simple as that. It's like they really, from the get-go, like all technological advancements, any next big thing, it wasn't to make our lives more comfortable. Like, it was just everyone just trying to one up everyone so we could get laid, you know? And now it's like that only exists in, obviously, as we all know, dollar bills. So who's the richest one here right now? Who do you think? Who do you think here has the best job? That's such a funny thing to like go through these 5 heads.
Probably
like,
Marv, because he just has to upload to a server and not talk to anybody.
Yeah,
and I
Marv,
get paid
he's
a
the
shit
tech
ton of
guy.
money.
Yeah, you really?
I'm good.
Can you just like, support me? Can I just be
No.
like your son for hire kind of situation?
He doesn't believe in credit cards, so giving you money would be kind of hard.
Mhm.
He doesn't believe it. Oh wow.
I'm the only libertarian German. So like,
It's pretty impressive. I was honestly thought that you'd be, I didn't think you'd be so like Nordic looking. I thought you'd be like much more Eastern European, kind of like dark back room. You're much more like Viking-y,
Boy.
Nordic,
Thank you.
know? Yeah.
But it's
You're
exactly
much
what
more
I'm
like
going
go across the sea and pillage. You're a pillager. You pillaged. Your people pillaged, and you know it.
Yeah.
Longtime pillagers. Am I in? Am I done? Can we be done?
yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, guys, give it up for that. That was the best end to any set
Give
of all
it
time
up
ever.
for Stephen Wolf. The same thing he says to every sexual partner.
Yeah.
He has. Can I be
Is
done?
this it?
Can we be
Are we
done?
done?
Can I be
Can-
done? Can I do
can I
it?
please
Can I
leave?
now? Thanks for coming, Stephen Wolf.
Dude,
to the Hummus
Bontrager.
Open Mic.
Serious question. Have you ever seen anything on the planet Earth scream horse tranquilizer more than this guy's eyes?
You got to be careful. Duncan Trussell said he slowly got addicted to ketamine, and I believe everything I hear on all comedian podcasts.
Yeah.
That's why you should listen to No Offense, but What the Fuck on all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is the backdoor secret advertisement for the podcast I have with this stupid German. Don't listen to it. No, but actually listen to it. Just subscribe to it and make other people listen to it so we get plays. You don't have to actually listen to it.
Yeah.
Just let it play in the background.
Do you want to just force Tom Myers into doing it by saying that he's going to do it now? Just making it public. This is on YouTube. And then he has to be on it. We'll cut out this part,
He has to
obviously.
be on it.
Yeah. I want him on our
Send the
podcast.
link. It's called No Offense, but What the Fuck. It's just No Offense, but WTF. It's so simple to
Yeah.
look up on Spotify. Spotify.
I'm already
All the
occupied with my
stuff.
own podcast.
Yeah, fuck your podcast.
We'll do your
Tom Myers
podcast.
versus the rest. Tom Myers versus the rest of the world is on a hiatus.
All right, give our next comic a good big warm intro. He's been waiting around. Give him some good German, tickling. Do what they do in those sex shops, but with your voice.
Also, der nächste Comedian, der jetzt auf die Bühne kommen wird, ist der legendäre, der einzige, der one and only Amish Comedian, Thomas Dykes.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish. I'm not okay with the German introduction, guys. I'll accept it for now.
All right. Wait a second.
Why do you think I have this beard? I'm trying to have cover so when the Nazis come for me, I can just run to Pennsylvania and no one's gonna know any better. That's what's going on here. Does that make sense? This is cover. But at the same time, I appreciate nobody noticed I was Jewish. That's the goal. That's always the goal. What the fuck else? I like karaoke at the bar. My favorite song is I do a really good version of 6 Foot 7 Foot by Lil Wayne, which is kind of weird because I'm neither Lil nor Wayne. I am none of those things, and yet I can impersonate him just fine. But I guess it kind of makes sense because Lil Wayne wrote 6 Foot 7 Foot. He's 5'5". So I'm not sure where he thought I could come up with that title. I'm 6'3". Isn't it better when your introduction does better than your actual new material? You gotta love that. Segue in, I sound like a fucking genius. And then I try the new jokes and it's like, no. What the fuck else? So I went to school and does everybody know there's Tom Segura wrote a couple of jokes about what he called shithole states. He did one about Louisiana and he did one about Arkansas. And I don't disagree with the concept that there are shithole states. What I'm confused about is how the hell did he write 2 of those jokes before he got to Indiana? Like Indiana is like where like West Virginia looks at Indiana and they're like, man, that place sucks. There's nothing going on there. Bunch of fucking losers in Indiana. That it's that bad. Like I went to school in Indiana and I was gonna go walk to lunch, right? I was off campus. I was outside my frat house, stoned as shit, because what the fuck else are you gonna do in Indiana? Indiana is why they invented drugs. Because there's no other way to do anything that's fun in Indiana without drugs. You have to be high constantly. And I was. So I was high as shit, about to walk like, 9-10 blocks to go get some food. And then these fucking Hoshians. Hoshin is both what you describe the locals as and what a slur is, okay? Terre Haute, Indiana sucks when just like the descriptive word for the locals is a slur. That's how you know a place is a shithole, okay? That's how you know. So like I'm about to walk to lunch and like these kids arrive out to me like, hey man, I was going to engineering school at that time and these kids yell at me, hey man, you got that big brain but you don't have a car, huh? And they bust out laughing and drove off. And I really would have hurt my feelings if my car wasn't 20 feet away from me when they yelled that at me. Like they were confused. I wasn't too poor to afford a car. I was just the only person in Indiana who was trying to not die of obesity. Okay, like those people were so fat. I'm amazed that car could move with all those people in there. Like that's how it is. In Indiana, you die of 2 things. You die of obesity and you die of meth. Okay, that's what there is to do. Like we had a meth. That's how much of a shit. I'm just gonna complain about Indiana for 5 minutes, and it doesn't matter because you're not gonna laugh at my shit anyway. I don't fucking Indiana. Like Indiana is so like it was so shitty. We had a meth lady. Who was meth lady? Meth lady was some lady who came out about 2 or 3 evenings a week, and she was just methed the fuck out on meth. And then we had no idea of anything she was saying because we didn't know meth could confuse things. No, it's not reverse psychology advertising. Do not fucking go to India. You can go to Bloomington. Every shithole state has one place you can go to that isn't a shithole. Okay, that's the truth of all shitholes. If I can pick any shithole state, let me go wherever I want, I'll be fine. Okay. So, but this is the thing, but I wasn't in Bloomington. I was in Terre Haute. Fuck, what was I going to say? There was the meth lady. Oh, let's just tell another fucking story. So we were all just in our fraternity house, sitting around smoking joints, minding our own business. And this girl, and for the purposes of our stories, we will call this girl Drunk Girl. She just like bursts into the scene. She just burst through her back door like an NFL linebacker. And she's like, is this Sigma Tau? And we're like, no, this is not Sigma Tau. This is Theta Xi. Try again later. And he's like, okay. And we think that's the end of it. And then 30 minutes later, is this Sigma Tau? And we're like, okay, I guess this is our problem now. So we put her on the fucking couch sideways, like gentlemen. And we're like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? And we call our guy, like the campus liaison. He's just, call the cops. Fuck it. So we call the cops. And this is the thing about Terre Haute cops. Terre Haute cops are just busting meth heads up 24/7. Like 100% of their job is meth. Okay, there's so much, and they've almost given up at this point because it's just, what are you going to do? Everybody, I was the only person in Terre Haute who wasn't high on meth every time I was in Terre Haute. That's just the town. So like, they like roll in and they see what's going on and they're like, I guess we're on break, right? There's 4 of them. They didn't need to bring 4. They brought 1. They brought 4, and then they start having a conversation. And so the cops like, hi, what's your name? Drunk Girl. Okay, Drunk Girl. How'd you get so drunk? I should vodka. Where were you taking vodka? Oh, just shots. Where were you taking the shots? In my room. You were taking shots of vodka in your room and you ended up so fucked up you're sideways on a couch? Yeah. You're on the A-team, chick. I'm impressed. Congratulations. We should give you a medal. Thank you. How old are you? Now, here's the question. When someone asks you, how old are you when you're drunk as fuck on the side of a couch? The answer is 21. How drunk are you? 19. Perfect. Because he didn't want to have to deal with this, right? There was no reason for him to fucking do anything. But now there's this chick's drunk as fuck on a couch, 19 years old. And they're just talking and talking and talking. And the guy says, listen, I feel for you. You're not doing anything wrong. When I was your age, I was just running around high on meth naked all the time. I don't want to be naked right now. I don't want to be naked either. Nobody wants to be naked in this situation. It's just a story. So they're trying to fucking figure a fucking situation out to deal with drunk girl. And at some point, the guy goes, it's a Friday night and none of these kids appear to be drunk. Do you think they're on some other shit? And the main cop goes, none of our fucking business. Because that's the thing about going to Rose-Hulman. Being a Rose-Hulman student is like being an extra level of white. Like we could have been like smoking joints in front of this guy and no one would have given a shit. It's like extra shit. So like eventually I should have a better ending to the story. Eventually just took her to the hospital. I should have a funnier ending. Oh well. My name's Tom Dykes. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah. Woo.
yeah.
Maybe the fake ending is and now she's my meth dealer. I don't know.
And then she grew up to become the new meth lady. That's the new ending.
It just eats its own tail. Thanks for coming to the Hot Mess Open Mic. Where's my German? He's over here.
I am ready.
German.
Just amazed by that. For somebody that got offended at the German in the beginning, he brought the most.
That was a
German-
joke. I wasn't actually
I get it,
offended. I was
it,
going for a laugh, and it works. I don't give a fuck. Besides,
No, I get it. I'm just joking about the fact that you had the most German energy of all times. Holy shit, dude. I love it.
Oh man.
Is there an
Fuck you,
audiobook of
German.
you?
An audiobook of Thomas
Yeah,
Dykes?
I want an audiobook series of him just reading children's books, but with that
Any
energy.
book?
Yeah, any of them. So then it's fucking
You-
ugly struggling. Like, dude, you killed me with that. 100% of the job is just breaking up meth. That shit was funny.
100. Everybody in Terre Haute, other than me, and maybe I guess the people I went to school with, have tried meth at some point. Maybe it's not that they're on meth, but like it's
Okay.
just like it's amazing. Like I feel like some of the buildings must be made out of meth the way people are down there.
It's like beer here.
structural meth in like the foundations of these buildings.
It's like beer in Germany, man. Everybody said I had tried it, right?
Right. It's like Germany is to alcohol what Terre Haute is to meth. That's what's that's a good comparison.
Interesting. Hell yeah, dude.
I've only been we shot a couple music videos. There's like this church where I guess like did like a horror movie in, and there's like everyone's just like goes to shoot there for free because it's basically a building that's condemned because of asbestos. So it's just like it's free, but there's asbestos everywhere. So you just don't move very fast when you walk around, so you don't like kick up dust.
Don't breathe. Like
Yeah. So I have a bunch of asbestos in my lungs. Tristan A. Smith, are you ready to do a set?
Sure, why not?
Gonna do a walking set. We got Tristan A. Smith, another Chicago comedian, walking around doing Chicago things. Thanks for coming off this open mic.
Keep it going for your host, Marvin Bontrager, for doing this. They're awesome. Apparently, only Greg claps. That's fine. Only Gregory enjoys both of them. And I get it. I get why you might not like at least Bontrager. I don't know Marv well enough to be mean to him. But I get why you wouldn't like either of them. I take it back. I get it now. Alrighty. I don't know. I was at the grocery store the other day. I went to a grocery store, and outside of the grocery store, they had a sign that said, "Just so you know, we're running low on carts and we're completely out of baskets." And then underneath that, they had a sentence that said, "Also, due to a nationwide coin shortage, we may not be able to give you exact change if you pay with cash." And then underneath that, there was another thing that said, also, due to a nationwide food disruption problem, we may not have some of your favorite brands of food. And then I'm like, well, what are we doing here? Like, what? Like, why have we? Like, am I just at Aldi for the vibe? Like, what did you want me to come here for? Like just close the store. Like, what are you doing to us? Like, just let it be closed. All right, this is really bad. Also, I can't give this set the energy I would like to because I'm very much in public around children. And it's not like, not to like what I just said is like anti-kids, but it just looks real fucking weird if you're walking through like a courtyard of an apartment and there's like a family hearing me rant about Aldi trying to be funny. All right, let me just switch gears for a second. Anybody familiar with the Mandela effect? Anybody know what that is? For anybody who doesn't know, the Mandela effect is what you call it when white people are wrong. Instead of going, oops, I made a mistake, they instead say, well, actually, I'm a voyager from another dimension. And in my world, we call it Berenstein Bears, not Berenstain Bears. I think they thought of audacity to say that out loud to another person. That means a couple different things. He's first off, you think you're the only person in human history to have ever seen another universe. And then second, you think you're the only person to have ever traveled to another universe. And you did all that. You did all that because the bears in your world are a little too Jewish. Like, who asked you to do that? What an insane thought. Like, it's like I saw 4 bears reading the Torah. I knew I had to get out. I'm uncomfortable here. I don't like it. My fake bears better be Protestant or nothing, all right? That's all I know. These fucking bears won't even eat ham. I can't abide. Again, this is very weird to do. Because like if you just shout this outside, like past the restaurant of people, you seem anti-Semitic. Like that's what I've learned about doing these sets outside of it. You seem like a real monster shouting into a phone about how you want your bears to be Protestants. But nonetheless, I'm still doing this for some reason. Also, I'm very late to work. I have to walk another 2 hours to get to work, and I'm not gonna make it on time. So you're watching a man almost get fired in real time. So enjoy this. What else do we have to talk about? All right. I don't know. Like, I don't think there's anything worse during the height of COVID than seeing somebody fatter than you not wearing a mask. Well, you think you're gonna be okay for real? Like, I'm very afraid of COVID. I'm very afraid of it because it's a disease that kills poor, overweight Black people. They could have called it Tristan disease. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like I changed my whole life because of COVID. Like, I tried to start exercising a lot. I now walk 6 miles a day, including during open mics. I try to eat better. And because of that, I've lost a little bit of weight in the last year. But also, something that's happened after you lose weight. Every so often I'll get a friend come up to me who hasn't seen me in a really long time, and they'll go, hey, Tristan, I don't know if you want me to say anything, but if you lost weight, you don't know if I want you to say anything. That's all I want to talk about. Like, what do you think this is? Like, you think I lost weight for people not to talk about it? Like, that's never, no one loses weight to get healthy. We lose weight for the conversations. Like, that's not, yeah, like that's all I've ever wanted anyone to say anything to me about. You don't know if I want to talk about the thing that matters most in life to me. You don't know if that's the thing I want to talk about to everyone, for sure. I'm going to cut this out early because I kind of suck right now. So I'm going to do one last joke and then I'm going to leave. I recently developed a new biggest fear. I have a new biggest fear. I'm okay, Gregory. Yeah. I love that you're just like, oh, you could have, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, this is not like how you want to do a set. That's what I'm realizing. That's why I'm abandoning. We're gonna do one last joke. I recently realized I have a new biggest fear. My biggest fear is that they're gonna make a Black Lives Matter porn parody.
Oh.
Because I don't know if I'm supposed to watch, you know? Like, I don't want to watch that for the same reasons I watch Roots. Because I consider myself a socially conscious guy. I know the Black Lives Matter, but I don't know if I want to watch black guys splatter. I'm a little bit conflicted about that. And that is the end of this open mic. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, everybody?
It was, honestly.
Bontrager, I am so happy. Thank you so much for
Coming to
saving
the
us
open
for that.
mic, Twisted.
Thank you.
Darkness.
I love that you saved the black guy literally on the run for the last. That's pretty funny.
Well, I think it's really funny. Like he has this life hack worked out where he's like, I'll be kind of almost late for work. And then like, I bet you like there's just like one too many red lights that got in the way of like crossing or something. And now he's actually late for work.
He's life on the edge, dude. That's fucking crazy. I love it. This guy is legit.
Because I was thinking those apps where it's like you like pretend there's zombies chasing you and shit like that, and the slower you are, like the louder the moans get. But like, being late for work is a legitimate like motivator too. I've done that. You're like just running 4 blocks. You're like, I'm so late. Like running won't even help this. I don't know why I'm
right.
running.
Exactly.
You're like,
Oh
I'm
man,
late.
that's good. That will motivate you. Yeah, that'll get you in shape. Just always be late to work. Life hack. I like it.
Yeah, but
I'll remember
just
that.
show feed and be
I've,
like,
I've
dude,
gotten a lot of personal best times, like reaching for work by being late.
I believe you. Oh man, be careful in
man.
traffic out there, dude.
Oh yeah,
Chicago-
for sure, I will be.
Chicago drivers are mean. I am one of them.
Dude, with 2 hours on the run,
Give me a ride to
get
work,
hit by you.
Traeger. Stop bragging about having a car. Dude,
Hell yeah, a Prius, dude. That costs you nothing. Take this man to places, dude. What the hell?
Is it really
actually,
2
Bon
hours
Traeger did
long?
give me a ride the last time I saw him. So actually, I'm slightly indebted to you, Bon Traeger.
I honestly think this like comedy on the go thing is like next level. I think all
It's
open mics
so
should
cool.
be done
Yeah.
like this.
So Marv, this is the end of the hot mess. So Mike, like, what have you learned today? What have you? Well, tonight for you, you fucking weird ass German.
I've
What time
learned
is it?
that. Oh yeah, it's 20 past 8 p.m.
20 past
Wow.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
It is nighttime, sir. You're about to do that
Almost.
military time bullshit, weren't you?
yeah.
Oh, you're like, I'm gonna translate it for the dumb Americans. Thank
You
you,
guys can't
sir.
do math.
Oh, we can't do-
No,
Yeah,
I
so what have
learned
you
that I
learned?
should not talk on the phone next to restaurants about bears and specifically.
So it's
Because,
20
like,
past 20.
Yeah, it's 2020.
Sick.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
You just blew ketamine. Ketamine.
Yeah, I
kid's
mean,
mind.
it's not that hard. He's on ketamine. Yo, dude, watch this. Hey, yo, Steven, water is wet.
Mm-hmm. Feels
Hey, what'd you learn
tasty.
today, Marv? What'd you learn? I'll mute everybody. What'd you
Okay,
learn?
perfect. I learned that apparently people owe you things once you give them a ride. That's something I just learned. That's right.
Well, let's be
goddamn.
clear. I don't owe him money. I owe him like a mild amount of friendship. This isn't.
Oh, okay. And apparently, you're not supposed to be unfriendly to people when they stop. See, I only remember the last 5 minutes of everything that happens because I'm a giant pothead. So, like, I only remember what Tristan said. Everything else is gone already. I'm sorry, guys.
Well,
This
there's
was
Marv.
It's for the best.
There's Marv. Our real life the movie The Jerk, the German version translated to VHS. Yeah, thanks for coming. Don't subscribe to our podcast. No offense, but what
No,
the fuck? I
don't.
really don't want you to listen to it. Like, don't
Mm-mm.
even.
I don't
It's
think
not
you guys
good.
could handle it, quite
I
honestly.
only show up like at episode 5, so like it's not even really that good yet. We're still working on our chemistry.
Yeah.
We need like a little like sidekick to pick on. We might get Library Lips in there. He's a good punching bag. You know what I mean? Just get him in there just to like
Good
just send him some ketamine and he'll just be like amazed by our like, and then we'll just like just rip him to shreds for even
mean,
talking.
We
I
had
thought-
one, but he turned out to be a rapist. So that one, you know.
Yeah.
not
He
cool.
was a rapist. Robert is a rapist. I think
Robert
we'll
is
end
a
on that.
rapist. Hashtag.
We'll end on a nice. I'll stop the stream with a nice. Robert is a rapist. Robert left Marv all alone. Robert is a rapist. He had to call me to come and save him. So I came on my big old horse and I told Robert to stop raping Marv. Thanks for coming.